Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Tight end right. 4 down, check, 4 down.
Box it. Zoom.
Rodgers now on first down. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Yeah, Liz.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Try and start this drive in the air. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
4 down. He's checking.
They go play action here on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, 4 down.
Over!
Bang.
Watch you now, Barney! Watch you now, Barney!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Kevin White.
Check.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Shift, shift, shift. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
SOS, SOS, SOS. Hold the look, hold the look, hold.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Watch twist.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Back. Check three.
A first down carry here for Johnson. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 40.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
4 down.
Detroit. Watch him now, Barney.
Mike 40.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Check Mike 40.
Detroit.
Back to throw. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. A big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
My bad, guys.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Brooks Reed with a tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, Lex. 319.
You got him.
Blue 58 to 9.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Gotta know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
Steps away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Scat 300.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Jumbo.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Caught right side, it's Snead. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions step up and make those throws, and he did that.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Here we go. 58.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Check. I got 11.
Gun. Watch him now, Barney. Over. Watch him now, Barney.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chain. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move. Forward down.
They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit. Ah!
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Leopard.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Gun, gun.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin with a run by Mixon.
Wide. Get wide.
Oh, he sheds himself free. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 96 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay safe into the moment and into the game.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now a play fake here on first down.
Get him.
And that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
All right, now,
Only
lucky
way to play
56.
good defense.
Lucky 56. Ah!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Being chased out left. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Odd on. 5 down. Stand up in.
Leopard!
Slam!
They'll look to throw again, and that is incomplete here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Yeah, hey, Mike. Hey, no.
Over!
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now they're coming back out. Now they've established this run game. The play-action pass could very well be open.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
Let's go,
Line of scrimmage, again the 25,
26.
second and 10.
57.
Going right.
57.
Hey, check 26.
That's right, baby.
Jumbo. Gun.
Check 99. Check 3. Check 3.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Let's go.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Going right.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Joker.
Inside.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Lucky 56.
4 down. Alert.
Detroit.
Mike 40.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Buying time to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. So he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Hey, we got
Detroit! Detroit!
Mike's 40, Mike's 40. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And Callaway taking it in left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
4 down, check.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are...
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Check. Motion.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
He'll drop to throws. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Detroit!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is, if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And now here come the Ravens. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's
26.
it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. It's tight end Clay, the intended receiver. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Let him know. Let him know.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check 43. Whip. Watch the whip.
Kelly, strong left, Kelly.
Check Mike.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Gun. Hey, check 26.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Airing one out for Boyd. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hey, check 26. Wide right. Jumbo.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He's going to get it running right. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon.
Hey, 88.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
57's the mic. Watch 57. They can't hang with us.
Hey, Lex. We need it. Oko, over here. Look at you.
Here's Mixon. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. 4 down. 4 down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Detroit!
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Single. I got a single.
Gun!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
No. Check. Patriot! Gun!
Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. In for the score. And the Cardinals cut into that lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
This is taken at his 4. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Hey. We got 3.
319!
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Back to norm. 319.
Handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Here's Rodgers.
Big stop. Let's go.
Trying to improvise. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Zoom.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks, and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. They get back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Hey, check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He goes underneath to Ingram. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
3-19. Leopard! Leopard!
Mike's 40.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
Dash, dash, dash. Go.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They go play action here on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Left. Strong left. Strong left. 3 down.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Odd, odd, odd. 3 down. 3 down. Odd, odd.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
319! 319!
They'll give it to Mixon. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Blitz, 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 blitz.
I thought they did a really nice job stringing it out and not allowing him to turn upfield, knocked him out for no gain. I think if you're going to go outside in this situation, keep it in the hands of your quarterback. Give him some options. Run it, pass it, pitch it. Just something to have a chance to get into the end zone.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Zoom.
Here's Rodgers to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through.
We got it all day up in here. We got it all day.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Scan 300. Scan 300. Gun. Blue 58 to Donovan.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Dumps it off to Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve.
Let's go, come on.
They become just as critical to the passing attack
Zoom.
as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Ravens taking the field. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop him? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Get him, boys!
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All day, Doc.
Zoom. 319! 319! 319!
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 16.
319!
Now Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On the return is Peterson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Chris Wormley able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete as well.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw would turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
All right, now,
A critical
56,
one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Watch him now, Barney!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll stay on the ground. Mason again. Big hold of the 30. And he'll accelerating, and off he goes. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big play that time for the Ravens. Give him 58 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devontae Adams with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out now come the Cardinals. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Hey!
Gun!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Four down. Alert.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Back to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Leopard!
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. drop to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
They flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This is caught at about the 6. And I think the ball's out. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Hey, Lex. Back to norm.
Check 24, check 24.
Shift. Done.
Kill.
You're done.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Done. 319.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check.
Done.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down.